Okay. Should be back. Are we back? Are we live? Is anybody there? Sledgy day, sledgy day. Oh, no. Sledgy, sledgy. Saw the E as an A. That handle looks nice. Thanks. Looking pretty sick. So before anyone asks, no, this is not a Goodwill blaster that has random chicken scratch on it. Rough layout of things that I am planning. Very, very rough. But what this guy I plan on doing with this guy is painting the entire thing a dark tan and then going back over everything with a light tan, but leaving some of the higher up spots as the darker, so it's kind of like a mist of the lighter. I'm not sure how that's going to work because I've given up on the airbrush thing because I have the can. I was going to try to empty out the paint and use that. Something tells me it's a little too dangerous with the way I want to do that, so I'm just going to do my best with the Montana. They have different sized sprayer nozzles, which I have gotten, so hopefully I have a little bit of control, but it's nothing too critical, so take that as you will. So tan, and then all of these lines, not exactly, I'm having someone make the decals for me, transcripting it off of something. I'm gonna have these maybe water slide decals made for me, and they'll have the decals all over here and on the other side, and then this will also have yellow LEDs in certain locations. So that's what I want to do with this guy. It's probably about time that we started working on it. No one's here, we all left. That's understandable. What the heck, where does the stream go? Why can I walk away? Hey, a huge fan of the Sledgefire grip you made, by the way. Thanks. So let's get rid of this barrel. Sledgefire has quickly become my second favorite blaster. I love Sledgefires. Got mine Sledgefire painted. Maybe one day I'll duel you. Hey, maybe. Probably be with the other one I'm planning though, because this one's HPA and I wouldn't feel okay shooting you in the face with this. Hawkeye, you're still a total jerk for using that pistol in rounds. Well, it was very quickly not allowed, so if that makes you feel any better. I more or less tried to use it, but I wasn't really able. Why can't I get this apart? There we go. And the nice thing about this is the reason why I do the things I do. Nice and clean. No glue involved here. The epoxy is holding everything in place, but it's not glued on there. I can actually still pop everything out even further off of this, but there's no glue. Everything's fine. Just like this. Pop it right out, put it aside, and it's not getting sanded. Put this aside as well. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing about this, because this is going to have the orange part sticking out. There's not a whole lot I can do because it's using this as a spring, so I can't cast it. because I wouldn't feel comfortable with that spring being constantly torqued like that. I'm not sure, because I kind of don't want to paint it. I'm thinking maybe I can remake it out of polycarbonate, carve it by hand. That would definitely be interesting for people to see, because they've never seen me carve anything quite like this before. So maybe, but for right now, I know I'm not doing anything with this. We'll deal with this later. This part right here. So. The better finder rifle is a cruel pistol. What? I'm going to guess HPA. Yes, it's HPA. Just use a real spring. I still want to know. Yeah, just cast it and then use real spring as the replacement. I mean, I guess that's an option. Where would I put the spring? The question is, do I even need this? Because this seems to be holding this on, and obviously there's not even that much play. I'm wondering if I don't even need this piece right here. That's a good point. Make a mound of putty to support it. Well, it doesn't really work like that, but I don't know. I'll figure this out later. I'm gonna break this down all the way. Best thing I own. But then what are you going to do with the front end if you cast the orange of it? What? The rest of it doesn't need to be touched at all because it's all internal. Wait, did you say you have another sludge fire project? I don't know what you're talking about. I think you're starting rumors, and I don't condone rumors, and I deny. I can neither confirm nor deny the existence of any such item or product. Giant piece of orange right there in front of, the front end. Oh, this is just gonna be painted. I mean, it's just gonna be painted. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, Trico. Weird. It's kind of weird, right? Let's put these in a more secure location. Hold on. Oh, see you, Robbie. Thanks for sticking around. Hey again. We are here. Why won't it be purple? This one just doesn't happen to be purple. I don't think I've ever actually broken one of these down this far. I've never needed to. I feel like I want to get my calipers downstairs, but I feel like I don't want to. Probably just black it out. Just like take this individual part and just like black everything out. Obviously this is solvent welded on there. I'm not sure I want to mess with any of that. Kind of experimenting here because I've never messed with one of these before internally, so I'm just kind of trying to see what kind of conditions I can work with here. Forgive me while I mess with. Pretty sure that support there is just for that spring, which I'm no longer using. So I think I'm going to cut out this window here, and obviously on the inside here as well, and put polycarbonate in there, and then light that up. Should have plenty of room. And then obviously the same on this side as well. Now, I know for a fact that I want the LEDs in this window, but I'm not sure about where else I can put some LEDs. I know I want more, but I'm not sure where. If any of you guys have suggestions, feel free to suggest. If I can make this clear, obviously that will be glowing. Oopsie. Wondering if I could make the trigger out of polycarbonate. It wouldn't be worth casting, because I wouldn't be making... Or would I? Damn it. Alright, I'll leave that out of that. Shut up, Ryan. Because then I have that other thing, Ryan, that would look freaking awesome. I'm so disappointed in myself for that. Okay, so we now have 3 parts square lights. Now we gotta find... I mean, that's actually pretty good. I don't want to over LED this one. This one's not meant to be like LEDs everywhere glowing like Ethereal Fortress. I might actually just leave it to those 3 locations. Technically 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You missed the internal dilemma that I just had with myself, that everyone witnessed. I've learned to stop fighting myself because I know myself I'm gonna do it anyway, so I might as well stop arguing about it, stop bitching about it. Okay, so I think we have the LED placement down. This is all part of the process that you guys usually don't see. It's just me sitting down and actually thinking what I want to do. Obviously, I'm going to fill in this with epoxy putty. I'm not sure if I want to get rid of all these screw ports. I'm just not sure if it fits on this build. Like all the tiny little screw ports here, the hex screws here, big ones here. I'll still leave these like domes, but I just want to get rid of like the fake screws, I think. And like there's like a little rivet down here, like that's fine, but like these big ass screw things, I think I want to leave out. Like all these little rivet like things, those are fine. Maybe I'll fill them in just because they look a little bit too small, but I'm thinking maybe just grinding these down, filling them wherever they break through the shell, because I'm assuming these will break through the shell, yeah. And then just filling in some of these, probably grinding these down completely, I would imagine, yeah. And then, like, these would be fine without those little slits there, so I'll probably just fill in those. Or maybe even sand it down just a hair. That might be a little easier. The screws are okay if they fit your theme. I just don't like them for this. Obviously, we're going to be removing the name on here. Okay, I think I have a plan. At least a good enough plan to start. Okay, so we're gonna have some drumming going on, so headphone users beware. Let me get my mask here, just because I don't want to die. Mask is going on. Okay. Once again, headphone users beware. 3, 2, 1. I'm not trying to grind down the letters all the way. I'm just trying to get it to the point where I can use files to smooth it out. By the time I smooth this all the way out with the Dremel, I'll have gone too far on a lot of the parts. I'm not pushing very hard, I'm letting the tool do the work. There we go. No, Hawkeye, you can't know. We don't know what the blaster is called. Emulation theory. What are you talking about? What's going on? No, you don't. Now to know. Got a really. My YouTube was acting stupid. I missed the casting struggle to determine what to cast. You didn't miss much. You never miss much with these streams, to be honest. Not much to miss. I'll fill this in with either some putty or something, some grooves along here that I might want to fill in. I definitely have to fill in, there's like a little C-shaped piece right here from where the name of the sledge fire goes in a little bit. I'll definitely have to fill that and then re-carve a groove right here if I want to keep these lines. Or I can just fill in the whole thing. So we'll see. Not terribly worried about it right now. Little bumps like this, that would be really easy to run into, like the little blue part right here, little corner. It's real easy to bump into them, and you might just think, oh well, if I only bump into it once or twice, it's not that big of a deal. But usually the parts that stick out like that will get bumped a lot over the course of you doing this, and those little bumps start to add up, and by the time you're done with everything, it can completely round off the thing, and it kind of ruins it. So just be extra cautious not to bump into stuff like that. So it doesn't eventually wear down. There we go. One logo removed. Wasn't too difficult, was it? Nice thing about files is they're flat and they stay flat because they're made out of metal. Sandpaper kind of flops around all over the place. Well, I'm working on a Chrono Mag. I have all the cuts done and the shell now. All that's left to do is make the breech and add the mag. Nice. Everyone was like, yes, more sanding, and now no one is here. Yeah. I wouldn't want to be here either. Okay. Second logo removed. Guess we should skip straight to this logo, maybe? I don't know. I really don't feel like doing any of this, to be perfectly honest. Gotta put my mask on. Sand. Why don't you use a palm sander? By the time you use a palm sander, it'd be like 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're done with that. Now where can I use this? I guess like right here. There's so many curves on the Nerf stuff that it's not really worth using. New God of War is really good. Unfortunately, I don't have a PlayStation, but yeah. Drama warning. I'll buy you one, Ben. I wish. I played the other God of Wars. I was gonna talk over that, but I played the other God of Wars with my friend's console once. Those are really enjoyable. I like the God of War series, but I just can't afford a PlayStation, so. I'm working on an hold on. I'm working on an underarm internal mag Falcon Fire for the Nerf Warlords blah 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 competition, but I'm trying to figure out how to keep the dart tooth intact. That does seem to be a problem. I'm Truth. Why am I any of? What? I'm Truth. Why are any of us here? That's one of the light square symmetry. These logos are actually pretty shallow, or not shallow. Yep, the shallow, but for a raised part, not a whatever. You get what I'm saying. Not very tall. It's one gone. I think these are the only other logos on here. The rest of it's just going to be getting rid of this other stuff that I don't want. I haven't watched Red vs. Blue in a long time. I don't keep up with the new stuff. Oh, did I lag out here? Are we still up? Testing 1, 2, 3. Did I cut out here? I'm getting a little buffering symbol. I don't know if I'm gone. Can you guys hear me? It's fine to me. They won't be on YouTube, and yes, we're still here. That's weird. It's buffering for me. But as long as you guys can see me. Oh well. And that is the second logo gone. Nice and clean. Oh, someone leaving? See ya, whoever's leaving. I don't see who's leaving, but goodbye. Oh, logo. Yeah, I'm just stupid. Okay, I definitely want these gone. I know for a fact I want these hexagon. Oh, those aren't hex. Those are not hex. Wait, yeah, those are not hexagons. Are they? Yeah, they're hexagons. I'm going crazy. I'm sorry. I need a nap. So we'll get rid of those. Let's just get rid of one and see what happens. That is very thin now. You can actually see light behind it. See how thin that is? So it's gonna need some reinforcing there, probably on the inside. But I think I like that. Nice and clean. So let's get rid of the rest of them. BRB, not a problem, Chica. It's going to be interesting getting into here. There's two right there. Kind of in an awkward location. So any other projects you're doing? Take this off. Let's see, I have a few. I have Emulation Theory that I need to get painted, which obviously I still have a little bit of body work to do. I have Alpha Snooper that needs to be sanded and then painted. I have the blaster that shall not be named that we're working on. That one needs to be done before End War. I have a commission going that I just started that I'm gathering parts for, and I'm going to have to start working on that soon. And then I have Pocket Javelin, which I have going because I have a very, very limited time in the workspace at the school. And I don't think I'm going to get that done in time, so I'll probably have to rent a makerspace during the summer. I just don't think I'm going to get everything I want done within the few weeks I have left. So yeah, I have quite a few projects I'm in the middle of working on. That's why I was like earlier, I definitely don't need another project. Welcome back, Chico. And you're working on Voldemort. No, the Hyperstrafe. I think that's the nickname of the blaster, though. I think we decided on Voldemort. There we go, that's 2 more down. 1 more to go? I think 1 more? Obviously we haven't done the other side, but... Just that guy left. Okay. Yep, this one's definitely leaving a hole. It was only a matter of time. I'm surprised the other ones didn't leave a hole, to be honest. They might as well be holes, they're so thin. Like, they're absolutely paper thin. Look right here. See right there? They might as well be all the way through. This one did punch through, though. No getting around that. I want to get some of this thin plastic. Get rid of some of this thin plastic, excuse me. Once we fill that up, that'll be nice and smooth. That already looks 1,000 times better. Good grief. Man, maybe we should have sanded this one first and done the epoxy at the same time. That would have been enough. So Ben, what are your thoughts on graphene? I'm assuming that's supposed to be lipos. I prefer the graphene lipos. The only thing I don't like about them is they have pretty thick wire that I'm not going to be utilizing, and it just kind of gets in the way. But I still use them almost exclusively. So. Okay, let's get rid of all these. Seriously, where did everyone go? Everyone's dead. Just you, me, and Austin now. Get rid of some of these logos. There's safety warnings on here. I'll be filling them in with epoxy putty just because they go down a little bit. But There we go. Thomas, hi, what's up? They were supposed to get 5x5 from Gavin and he's dead. Awesome. How are you supposed to... Now people are showing up. I'm just making dinner, so not do much chat. Just quiet. Ooh, what are we cooking? The high class Star Wars mac and cheese. Shapes are so much better than mac and cheese. They really are. The texture's better, in my opinion. Nobody gets me. I haven't had mac and cheese in a long time. I'm lactose intolerant, so I have to take a shit ton of dairy pills. See? I knew there had to be someone else out there. Thank you for understanding me, Ryan. Ryan's all like, no thank you, sir. Needs to come off. There we go. Yeah, so I had an idea. Add a rival mag to a Chronos. How plausible would that be? I'm pretty sure that's been done before. Look up Captain Xavier. I think he was the first one to do that. I think a few people have done it. It's been done a lot, yeah. But that doesn't mean it's not worth doing. Not happy with that. There's some bumps there. You know what would make a great sledge fire? A hive-based one from Destiny. I need to just make a ton of sledge fires. Very quickly becoming a very big favorite of mine, the sledge fire. They're just fun. So what are you doing with the sledge fire exactly? The internal's already working. It's an HPA sledge fire. But I'm getting this ready for painting. I'm doing a little bit of body work. I'm also going to be adding LEDs. So we're getting that prepped. I'd like to make just a ton of sledge fires, have them all different themed and stuff, and then use them as loner blasters for pistol rounds. Because these things are stupid fun to play with. Like, don't get me wrong, the Strife is fun to use, but that's more of a competitive thing. Like, it's fun because you're winning. But Sludge Fire is fun even if you're losing. Hello, person I have not conversated with you. With your name is Fowler. What? Ow. Fuck. Ouch. Ow, that really hurts. Like, hit my nail in the wrong way. Well, there really needs to be a rival flywheel gun with an ordinary mag. I think I bent my nail back a little bit. Man, that hurt. Very subtle. Okay. There we go. At least we've started, right? At least we've started. That's half the battle is getting started. So I think we're gonna start wrapping it up here. I'm getting pretty tired. Surprised I got as far as I did. I did not feel like doing this, so. Progress is still progress, so that's good. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. What do you think of it so far? Looks in shambles, but hopefully we shall make it shine. So if you guys have any last questions while we start wrapping up here, go ahead and ask those and I'll do my best to get to those. We've been streaming for 57 minutes, 57 and a half minutes. not including the other stream, which I think was around 45 minutes, 40 minutes, somewhere around there. Thank you for 2 streams, Hawkeye. Had a blast. Have a swell evening. Hope school continues to go well. Now go get some, go get some sleep. Thank you, Trico. Always appreciate having you in the streams here. What do you recommend I do to my blue strife? I've modded it and added 180s. Well, flared magwell is always a good idea. They have some 3D printed ones if you don't feel like buying anything. I highly recommend the worker stock, the Chris Vector injected and molded one, the one that looks like this. This is a very, very good stock. I like this one a lot. It's comfy, at least in my opinion. Other than that, I mean, good paint job maybe? I don't know. Looks incomplete somehow. I can't quite put my finger on it. Does a scar barrel to it? Someone put a scar barrel on a flywheel blaster just as a joke, and ironically it did help with accuracy. Personally, I just recommend a canted cage in the first place, but I asked Phil. He said it would be up sometime this weekend. Hopefully that remains true. But I asked Phil to make a strife cage 4250 crush with the canted Morpheus cage with the canted at, I think it was 3.5 degrees. So hopefully that's coming out, and I'm going to be testing that out. Off the top of my head, that's just kind of a number that I threw off the top of my head. It seems like that would perform pretty decently, so I want to see how that works out. And if it works out well, then that might be my the standard go-to cage right now, because I bought a bunch of guides. I have like 10 Morpheus guides, so they have some canted Morpheus cages, but they're real out of whack. Phil was like, I heard that you made yours 6.5 degrees, and so that's what I made mine. And I was like, I kind of don't recommend that, but I mean, you already did it, so whatever. So I asked for one specifically just a few days ago, which is the one I just said. Yeah. Hey Ben, remember when people said spin wouldn't help Dark Knight? Yeah. You remember when I said all those months ago that it's starting to become a buzzword and people are going to eventually warm up to it? New BSP cage eventually. Probably not. It's a lot easier for him because he has it set up so where he just punches in a couple numbers and it fixes things where it needs to be. I don't have that luxury. And it would just be a lot of work for me, so I'm being pushed out anyway, so I might as well just step down from everything, really. I need a cage for the Raven. Any recommendations? Morpheus. I always recommend Morpheus cages when people ask for cages. Also, are your BSP cages quieter than 3D printed cages? Not noticeably so. That more depends on your motors and your wheels being balanced rather than the cage. A metal cage is the only thing that's going to significantly dampen noise, aside from the obvious, what I just said. I wouldn't worry about it, Trico. Why is the thing loading? It's been saying that it's been loading for the last like half hour. Like it's not popping up, so I can't actually see. I can see myself on OBS, but I can't see myself on YouTube, unfortunately. Whatever. Are we good? I think that might be all the questions. Hey Ben, if you're doing... Hey Ben, if you do... Quite doing... Hey Ben, if you do quite... What? Flywheel cages, then I'll start petition to bring them back. Nah. I'm not sure there's a whole lot you can do in that department. It really is just going to be the motors and the flywheels being balanced is the majority of the thing, and you're never really going to get quiet, especially with the higher RPMs, the higher torque numbers. They tend to be more violent. That's one of the reasons why I like XP 180s, is because they were designed by actual engineers, and they're not pushing the limits of what they can do just to get a few more FPS. And they just tend to be quieter. They're well balanced because the rotors themselves are actually balanced individually. Like the actual motors themselves are balanced rather than, you know, just kind of thrown together. So there's not a whole lot you can do in terms of if you're looking for a quiet flywheel blaster, then you're looking for a Springer. Would a canted rival cage help? Probably not. I thought about it, but most likely not. They're just too light for how round and the size of them. It's just kind of not the same thing. They tend to more float like vortex discs. They're fast like darts, but they float like vortex discs. So I'm not sure that would help. 130 FPS really is the upper limit of rival stuff, unfortunately. And I'm not sure anything could fix that. Not right now, anyway. It is a little bit broken, Austin. I'm dying on the inside a little bit. Oh, I don't know if that stands for anything. Oh, or just a greeting. What's up, man? We're closing up shop here. Been going for about an hour, 6 minutes. So we're starting to wrap up here. I'm just answering last questions, kind of talking to people, that kind of stuff. Language center, your brain's broken. Just a little bit. Been using it too much. Yeah, sorry, Wolf. I have dust everywhere. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're gonna call that there. I've got a rapid strike. Is 180 still the thing? Yeah, I always recommend 180s. Just do it properly the first time. Cut your shell, do it right. Even for the pusher motor, the torque is helpful. I always recommend 180s. Peace. See you, Ryan. Hey, Wolf. Haven't seen you here. How's your day? Sorry. The language center. Again, kind of broken. School been breaking brains for years now. Yes, Trico. Okay, any specific 180? Personally, I like 2S. It's kind of a noob thing to say 3S is better just because it's higher voltage. That's not really how it works. Because all of the motors in today's market are tuned especially for us, so that doesn't really matter. and life, that's not it, and 2 or 3S doesn't have anything to do with the life of the battery. So personally I prefer 2S, and the only decent 2S 180 motor out there right now is the Kronos 2s, the ones that can go up to 3S or whatever, that have the spline shafts. Not sure how I feel about the spline shafts personally. I don't think they're necessary. I think it might actually start eating flywheels eventually, so I can't 100% recommend those. But personally, that's where I'm starting to lean towards. I haven't tested them yet. I'm just going to leave that disclaimer out there. I have a setup for one cage, but I haven't used it extensively enough to 100% recommend them. But off the top of my head, I'm going to say Hellcats for 3S and the Kronos 2s for 2S. I've already got 3S set up, but not motors. Then probably the Hellcats, the Neo Hellcats. Just make sure you have enough amps. I'm a lurker mainly. Yep, not a problem. Happy to give what little input I can. Okay, I think that's going to be it for us today. Thank you guys very much for watching. It is now 6 o'clock here in Central Time Zone. So time for you guys to get dinner. Hopefully I can make more content than what I have been. Don't hold your breath. Okay, thank you guys very much for watching. And end stream.